Good evening, everyone, and welcome to TB50's coverage of Geneseo High School football. Tonight, the Green Machine opens the 2013 football season on the road here in Dunlap against the Eagles. This is Lauren Lemke. A pleasure to be with you this year for our telecast and broadcast of Geneseo football, and the kickoff coming up here in just a minute. I'm going to bring in my other partner here on the broadcast, Bob Pettit. Bob, here we go again. An exciting year coming up here for Geneseo with a lot of players back from last year's 6-5 team, and it all happens here in just about a minute.
Everybody's excited. Everybody's raring to go. It's a beautiful evening out here. The temperature's plummeting to about 96 degrees here at game time. Just sweltering hot, but you know, we're kind of wondering what kind of effect that's going to have with Geneseo having a lot of guys going both ways, but we're going to see. Last year, the Leafs handed Dunlap a pretty decisive loss, and I'm sure Dunlap's out to get him back.
52-7 was that score last year. In fact, Dunlap had the first score of the game. Geneseo ran off 52 unanswered points. Dunlap last season 3-6 overall. They had kind of a down season, their first losing season in about 12 years. And as we mentioned, Geneseo was 6-5, qualified for the 4A playoffs, and lost a heartbreaker to Coal City 12-10 to end their season. They're hoping to go a little bit farther this year.
And as we understand it, Willis Andel was watching the flip, and Dunlap did win the flip, and elected to defer to the second half. So they will be kicking off, and the Leafs will be on offense to start the ball game. Excitement all over this place. Looks like our crowd is every bit as big as the home team crowd, and it's a long trip.
Yeah, good crowd here for the Maple Leaf fans. Two receivers back deep for Geneseo, number 34, Ryan Pitra, and number 44, Joey Medina. Medina junior, and Pitra is also a junior. They're back deep inside the 5-yard line as they're ready to kick off here in Dunlap on the turf field. There's the whistle and the approach. End over end kick going down to Medina at the 10. He comes up the middle, over the 15, to the 20, up past the 25 and out close to the 30-yard line. A good return there of about 19 yards for Joey Medina.
Nice return, had a little slot there to slip into, and a couple of tackles, he might have found some real pay dirt there. But just a nice way to start the ball game. About the 29-yard line, good field position.
Well, this Geneseo offense, lots of experience in that backfield, starting with quarterback Luke Snyder. He's a senior at 5'9", 160, number 5, a 3-year starter. He already has 20 games of varsity experience at that quarterback position. They'll line it up at 1st and 10 from the 29. They'll give it to the fullback coming up, and a short gain there for the fullback Brandon Mislow, number 46. Also in the backfield is number 29, Ray Singbush, number 38, Ryan Webster.
No hole there, just picked up about a yard. You know, just nothing there, kind of sidestepped and picked up only that yard that big linemen are going to have to try to knock him off the blocks. We got a couple of returning linemen also with some good experience up there in the front with especially Nick Verbeck and Mike Murray, the big boys.
Verbeck on the right side at the tackle position. Murray's on the left side at the other tackle. 2nd and 9. They'll pitch it back. This is Singbush coming around the right end, and he's going to be swallowed up and taken down for about a 1-yard gain out to the 31. It'll be 3rd and long for the Leafs.
Looked like he was going to be able to get outside there, Lauren, I thought for a second, but the defensive end just kind of pushed the blocker back into him and contained extremely well. So this is a big play already in the ball game in 3rd and 8.
Geneseo brings in the play. Matthew Rowley, number 16, comes in with it, as does Drew Himmelman. And again, it's 3rd and 8. Up front for Geneseo at center is Jeremy May. He's a senior, and the two guards, Kyle Patterson on the right side and Rob Smith on the left. They're both seniors.
Drew Himmelman, about 8 feet tall, if they can lob it up to him.
Snyder to roll right, puts it in the air, completes the pass to Singbush at the 45. He's brought down near midfield. It's a 1st down for the Maple Leafs.
Caught him right on midfield. They had 3 guys open over there, Lauren. He could have taken his pick. Picked the veteran Singbush. Also has a lot of time. You mentioned how much Snyder's got. Singbush has been playing there since he's a sophomore and got a lot of time in that experience in that spot.
Well, Luke Snyder with over 1,000 yards passing in his 2 years already with Geneseo, and completes his first pass here in 2013. Ball is right at midfield. We're 2 minutes into this one.
They had the wide receiver deep, and then they had Singbush in the middle, and they had a short man. All 3 of them were open.
Rowley will come out wide right. double wingback set on 1st and 10. Motion coming to the right side. They'll give it to the fullback for no gain. Mislow swallowed up again, right up the middle.
Scouting reports probably tell us that they're going to try to establish the fullback spot up the middle, and Dunlap obviously is going to try to establish they can stop it. So, you know, that's part of the beginning of the game. Leafs on that big 3rd down and 8 play picked up a ton. Great field position here on the opening drive.
2nd and long. 5 down linemen for the Eagles. Motion, and they'll give it to the motion back coming off the wing. It's Singbush, and he's dropped in the backfield for a loss of 3.
Yeah, there's a busted play there, big time. That Singbush didn't even have a chance to get outside on that thing. He had the interior lineman busted through the line, caught him about 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
So for the second time on this series, Geneseo is going to be faced with a 3rd and long. This one's 3rd and 13, ball back at the Geneseo 47.
I hope those receivers are as open this time. Last time on 3rd and long, they had a lot of choices to throw to.
Well, looks like Snyder's going to go in the pistol formation here. And there is a penalty marker thrown, our first flag of the game. And that will stop the clock with, it's like 8 minutes and 46 seconds left here in the first quarter. Officials talking it over behind Snyder there.
Yeah, and they're pointing at the Green Machine bench here. Not sure what the infraction was. First, I thought it might be a sideline violation or something, but they just keep pointing over here. No, they're going to wave it off.
So Geneseo will re-huddle, and they will send in the play. Could be the same play.
That was a never mind.
Let's
thought it was wrong, but I was wrong.
Jordan Melke will come in here, number 7, bringing the play to Snyder, and Melke will go out to the split end position on the right-hand side. They have receivers left and right. Webster's in the slot on the right-hand side. And Snyder will roll right, looking to throw. He's got pressure, and he eludes it. Eludes another defender, and gets back to midfield into Dunlap territory, about the 49, and gets about 4 or 5 yards of that 3rd down play back, but Geneseo will be forced to punt.
Nice work by Snyder, but boy, there was a lot of pressure by the defensive line of Dunlap. The Eagles hold, and the Green Machine is going to have to punt here, and that's not what they wanted to do on the opening drive.
So this,
as you mentioned, Lauren, Dunlap scored first last year, and it was a little bit scary for a few moments.
It was, but Geneseo was able to regroup last year. Now they got to face some adversity here and get the ball back, kick the ball here for the first time and give it up. So in punt formation, Greg Rusk sends it high to the far sideline.
Oh!
Caught at the 15, coming back to this side, and there's a penalty flag down.
That was a block in the back, and it was a late flag. I didn't think he was going to throw that thing, Lauren, but he did. Eventually, the sideline judge over there threw that flag, and there was a bad block in the back over there, and it's going to pin Dunlap way back. That flag is on about the 12 or 13-yard line.
It was a good punt by Greg Russ. Good hang time. Coverage team able to get downfield. And the flag here is really going to put Dunlap back probably inside the 10.
I didn't catch actually who that first Geneseo player was down the field. I feel bad about that, but he was flying down the field and would have probably made the tackle right in around that 12-yard line area, but he got clipped in the back just as he was approaching the ball, and it is going to be inside the 10-yard line.
So our first
8-yard line.
First look here at the Eagles offense. We expect them to spread it out, and they've got 2 receivers to the left-hand side and 1 over here to the right. And official will need to reset, and we'll be ready to take this play. In shotgun formation. They'll hand it off to the tailback, and a good hole up the middle, out past the 15 to about the 17-yard line.
The Leafs are going to have to put pressure on that quarterback, but they're also going to have to contain.
It's Geneseo defense. We've got seven seniors starting on this lineup for Coach Larry Johnson. They play a 3-4, so they're going to have to
once again, you got Verbeck and Murray, the big boys in the tackle spots, and Lane Acree in the middle on the nose tackle.
2nd and a short 1 for the Eagles. Geneseo showing blitz here from the linebackers. They'll swing it out wide receiver screen. That picks up the first down on the completed pass. Tackled down at the 21-yard line.
Nice execution by the Eagles. Unfortunately, the Leafs had a great opportunity. Had them pinned at the 8-yard line, let them out of the hole. It's going to be 1st and 10 now at the 21-yard line. And the Eagles are moving very confidently. That was 2 nice plays with not a lot of resistance.
Trevor Craig, a senior cornerback, made that last tackle. The Eagles will send their receivers out and huddle up with the rest of the guys, and now they're at the line of scrimmage on 1st and 10. About halfway through this first quarter, no score. Long snap. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to cut back.
Got him that time.
And a short run there for Dunlap. It'll be 2nd down.
Murray on the stop. 43, Acree also on that play.
Geneseo
picked up a little more than I thought. I thought he had at the line of scrimmage. They gave him about 2.
Geneseo with this no-huddle offense by Dunlap. They have to get the signals in from the sideline for their defensive assignments.
Middle linebackers Brandon Mislow and Kyle Patterson also have a lot of experience coming back from last year. And on the outside, it's Ryan Webster and Ryan Pitra. Experienced players. Geneseo's got a lot of experience here. Just got to execute.
On 2nd and 8. On the ground, up the middle. And he falls down at about the 27-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Patterson was crashing on the far side, and it's a good thing he didn't break loose because there was a big hole there if he could have kept his balance.
Got the other defensive starters in here. Number 2, Cooper Humphreys, is at a cornerback. We got Matthew Rowley, number 16, and Ray Singbush, number 26, also in the secondary for Geneseo. Big 3rd down here for the Maple Leafs. They're trying to stop the Eagles. 3rd and 5 from the 27. Long count.
Big play. Got him.
And they got it.
Got him.
Trapped in the backfield for a loss. Brandon Mislow was there.
Mislow was on the bottom. Didn't see who was wrestling the top, but it looked like it was a hog wrestling contest right there. Dropped him down. It's going to be 4th and about 5, so the Leafs hold. Excellent defense.
Big stop there for Geneseo. They will get the ball back here for the 2nd time in this first quarter. Matthew Rowley will step back to receive this punt. He's around the 40-yard line. And the Eagles line up to punt the ball. They're kind of showing maybe a different formation here, and they kick it to the sideline. Rowley, fair catch, and makes it at the 50. Geneseo starts with good field position.
Bobbled just a little bit. Made his mom and dad nervous, but everybody else in the stadium was calm.
That's right. So let's see if the Geneseo can get something going here with their offense in this first quarter with 4:15 to play. We're still scoreless. 2nd possession for the Maple Leafs. They picked up 1 first down on their opening drive.
Leafs have definitely had the advantage of field position, and if you keep that, maintain that, eventually you're going to get that ball in the end zone. Only 50 yards to go to pay dirt.
Double wing set. Football on the left hash. Webster goes in motion. Snyder to throw. Rolls to the right. Throws. Completes the ball to Singbush at the 40. Down the sideline. The 30. The 20. The 10. Touchdown. Geneseo. Ray Singbush on a 50-yard pass from Luke Snyder.
You can stop that fullback up the middle if you want right now, but you can't stop everything. You want to give away a pizza here? Is that what you're looking for, Lauren?
Right there. Be the 10th caller to La Roma Pizza every time Geneseo scores a touchdown and win a free large 2-topping pizza. Live broadcast listeners only must redeem within 1 week. That's La Roma Pizza, 944-6171.
And say happy birthday to Savs. Severio Kukuru, 35 today. I shouldn't have said the age, should I? Just a rumor. Just a rumor.
Well, Geneseo's 2 big plays here in the first half have come on passes to Ray Singbush. This one, 50 yards from Luke Snyder. And now we await the extra point by senior Kevin Wolick.
You can always tell Kevin by the shoes. Glow in the dark.
Kevin with almost 40 extra points last year and 4 field goals. It's a line drive knuckleball, and it's good. It cleared the bar. Made it interesting.
That was a line drive. It might have went over the bar by about 1.5 feet. And that is not his typical leg, but you know what? It counts. We'll forget about that after the next 7 or 8 extra points today.
Well, Luke Snyder opens things up here with a nice pass to Ray Singbush in the flats there on the far sideline. And once Race gets in the open field, it's tough to catch him, and off he went for the touchdown.
They were just jammed in the box. You know, they really expect us to try to hammer the ball up the middle, and you know that's what you have to expect. And the problem on the football field is you just can't cover everything. You know, if you really try to stop something and concentrate on stopping one thing, the other thing, the surprise attack will get you, and that they were completely caught by surprise. Singbush did a nice job of proceeding after the catch also, because there was one Eagle out there that had a good shot at getting him, and he just kind of turned on the afterburners.
Well, Kevin Willick's going to restart this game. He's got the ball on the tee, and Kevin's going to kick the ball where they tell him to kick the ball. So he can drive it long, or sometimes they'll just let him pooch it up in the air, but we'll see what he does here.
He does. It is a tactical approach that they take. Oh, we're throwing T-shirts up here. Where's my softball players when I need them?
Kevin will kick this short to the far sideline. It's fielded at the 15 and brought up through a seam out to the 35 to about the 38-yard line, a return of 23 yards.
That looked like Trevor Craig over in the far sideline, and it's a good thing he hung on, because the running back for Dunlap was trying to really hit that open seam on the far side. Trevor Craig wrapped him up his ankles and just hung on. Pretty good field position, though.
Good return, yes, by Dunlap. Geneseo able to limit the Eagles to 1 first down in their last series. This is the second time they've touched the football. Again, they were going to spread it out. 2 in the backfield in a shotgun formation.
Nice,
off to the tailback, and Nick Verbeck comes down from his defensive tackle position, and
Cooper Humphreys ran in there and kind of slowed the running back down a little bit, made him run into Nick Verbeck, and Nick Verbeck just punished him.
Loss on the play.
You know, there's various plays that happen during the course of a ball game that you feel tomorrow. That's one of them. He'll notice. He might remember 72 tomorrow morning.
Got pancake there. Second down, and we'll call it 12 from the 20. From the 36-yard line. Quarterback keeper coming to the right side. He's hit in between 2 defenders and goes down around the 43.
Trying to figure out who that was. That's Trevor Craig that initially tripped him up. Nope, that was Rowley.
Matt Rowley.
Matt Rowley initially tripped him up. Got some help back there from the defensive backfield.
Gain of about 7 yards. We'll call it 3rd and 5 from the Dunlap 43-yard line as we go into the 3-minute mark here in the first quarter. It's Geneseo on the scoreboard, 7-0.
Pitcher lined up, outside linebacker on the line of scrimmage.
See if he comes with a blitz. Number 34.
Mislow with the blitz.
Goes back into coverage, and the pass is complete for a first down. Into Geneseo territory, gang tackled at the 45.
Even Verbeck is back there on the tackle.
Wide receiver just sat down there and got into an open space for the reception.
Luke Snyder in the ball game in on that tackle.
Verbeck's going to come out of the lineup for the Maple Leafs. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Ball on the right hash. 2 receivers to this right side, 1 split wide left. Out of the gun. Quarterback standing around midfield.
No flags. A lot of action in the line of scrimmage, but no flags, and the host of Maple Leafs just smother him. Just smother him.
Wyatt gets back to about the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brandon Mislow was in on that tackle.
Mislow right at the bottom of the pile. Acree's on the play.
So that'll be 2nd and long for Dunlap.
We got Ryan Webster moved into the line.
Snyder's back as an extra defensive back.
That's what they did. They pulled a lineman and put Snyder up on the line and got the extra defensive back in there in the pass coverage.
So two down linemen for Geneseo as the defense loosens up a little bit here on 2nd and long. Quarterback will step back and throw, completes the pass,
nice
but
coverage.
Probably for a loss on the play. Matthew Rowley with the tackle on the near sideline.
Great coverage. Everybody was covered on that play. Rowley did bring him down for a 2-yard loss. Nothing going on that one. It's going to be 3rd and about 12. They're in Maple Leaf territory, though, so they could go for extra downs, but just across midfield. Big stop here could cause another punt.
1:14 on the clock here in the first quarter. We've got a timeout on the field taken by Dunlap on a 3rd and 12. They want to talk about it. So Geneseo, they've got a touchdown here, Bob, in the first quarter, a 50-yard pass from Luke Schneider to Ray Singbush, and now the defense trying to go to work, trying to get their feet underneath them here in the first quarter, trying to figure things out, figure out this offense that Dunlap's trying to throw at them.
Feels a little bit like the beginning of last year because it did take the defense a while to get their feet on the ground, but once they took over the ball game, it was all Geneseo after that. This is kind of a little bit of a bend but not break situation here because you have to respect the way they play. They've got so many options here and so many weapons to come at you with on that when they split the wideouts and be able to run the ball right up the middle on you. So, but to this point, they have bent just a little bit, but I think this is not a no break defense. I think they're going to stiffen up as the field gets shorter. They're going to stiffen up.
Well, obviously, having played Dunlap last year, they kind of knew what type of offense they'd be seeing here in week 1 of this high school football season. They're starting to make some adjustments. They can't really duplicate that in practice as much, but they're looking pretty good here in the last couple plays. So after the timeout, the Eagles come up to the line of scrimmage at the Geneseo 47 on 3rd and 12. 2 receivers left and right. Lone setback. Quarterback's going to roll to the left-hand side. Look downfield. He's running out of time. Throws the ball, and it's caught on the far sideline at the 35.
Oh, that is so close. It looks like he did pick up a first down by inches, maybe a foot, right in front of Matt Rowley. Rowley had good coverage on him, but it was just a perfectly thrown ball right on the button. Picks it up for the first down and just barely across that first down marker.
Yeah, it was tight coverage there. It's the only place he could have put the football, and it did result in a first down for the Eagles. They'll start the clock here. We're
rolling to the left, had to throw back. It was really a nice play. We had heard that they might have this tall sophomore running quarterback, but number 5, Riley Carr, is doing a nice job at quarterback for them, finding that open receiver.
He's a junior. And with 1 running back in the backfield, they go with the same formation. They got the first down on the last play. And a quick out. They complete it. And the ball is loose.
Loose ball.
And Geneseo recovers the football inside the 30-yard line. We'll see who comes up with the loose pigskin. It's number 54, Kyle Patterson.
Yep. Kyle Patterson on the recovery.
Well, we saw that ball come out from the receiver number 1, and Geneseo alertly getting on the football.
Yeah, it squirted out of there, and there was mostly white jerseys around at that time, and all you saw was white jerseys celebrating immediately. So, once again, the Eagles driving deep, but the Geneseo Maple Leaf defense just kind of put the stops on it. When you get down to the red zone, they really put the brakes on.
Well, you got to be excited if you're on that defensive side of the football for Geneseo, forcing a turnover here in the first quarter of this game.
Leafs very effective on throwing the balls to this point. Look like
they'll toss it back on first down. Ray Singbush, nowhere to go.
Wow.
Don't think he even got back to the original line of scrimmage as he was tackled at the 25.
Yeah, and it wasn't a solo tackle either. There's 4 guys right there on him, 4 purple jerseys all over him. So it's the running game has really not been real strong at this point.
No, there hasn't.
It's a challenge up front. You start talking to your linemen about the trenches now.
And we'll get one more play, I think, in here before the end of the first quarter. We're under 30 seconds, and Geneseo's going to call a timeout here. They took a little bit too much time getting that play into the huddle. So Maple Leafs will come over the sidelines with about 29 seconds to play in the first quarter here in Dunlap. Temperature starting to feel a little bit better, Bob. When we started off here, we had the sun beating down on this turf field. I'm sure it's still a little warm out there on that turf field for these players, but it's starting to feel a little bit better.
Well, the guys in the press box look like somebody was putting them through, some very, very, very torture situation up there because they were just soaking wet. It's a crazy time in the fall. Usually, you might get cold weather, you might get rain, you don't know what. Matter of fact, some of the teams up northern part of the state are getting on rain delays and lightning delays right now. It's storming up there. So, you just take what you get. It's a beautiful evening. We hope we get through here without any lightning. This is the kind of evening you could get some. When this heat comes through here.
We just want to keep this game going. Keep running the football, Geneseo.
We don't need that. This is a long field they got ahead of them now. They got 20, they're on the 25.5-yard line, so they still got 75 yards to go, and second and really long, about 12 yards to go. So they need to come up with a big play here. You hate to call it crucial at this point of the game, but the clock's ticking.
Jeremy May leads them out of the huddle here on 2nd and 12. Wing back on the left-hand side, that's Webster. And they give it to Webster. He's across the line of scrimmage into the secondary and tackled from behind at the 35. It'll be about a gain of 10 yards on the play for Webster, a short 3rd and 2 for the Leafs.
That is a nice play on that down and distance situation. Now you got 3rd and very doable situation here. 3rd and 3, you got a lot of options now. They have to protect everything here. I don't know if we ever really got through.
That's the end of the first quarter here, Bob, and Geneseo has a touchdown, and they lead Dunlap 7-0.
This TV 50 telecast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Telephone Company, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Snap Fitness, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Holland & Sons, Northside Rexall Drug, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Stackhouse Moore Funeral Services, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize these sponsors and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV 50 telecast.
We're about to start the second quarter play here in Dunlap, and for the Geneseo Maple Leafs, they lead the Eagles 7-0 and facing a 3rd and short here to start the second quarter, I'm sorry.
Not a lot to worry about with wind tonight. The direction you're going going to have a lot to do with the ball game, right? It's really calm in here, really kind of muggy, but the Leafs, again, on a 2nd and 12, picked up nice yardage and about 9 yards on that play and make it 3rd and short.
Ryan Webster with the best run of the night as we ended the first quarter. And a full house backfield. Loaded up on the left-hand side. Unbalanced line. Geneseo will run that way. And a tackle from behind. It's going to be close. He got past the 35-yard line. He had to get out to about the 37. We'll see where they mark it.
I think they're going to mark him short. And the Leafs are not going to go for it on 4th down. It's way too deep in their territory.
So Geneseo put an extra lineman on the left side, try to get a little more coverage over there, and the backside linebacker came in and made the stop for Dunlap. So we'll see Greg Rusk punt for the second time.
Dunlap has decided they're going to stop the run tonight, and they've been successful at this point.
Rusk gets it off. It's coming towards this near sideline. It'll bounce and roll.
Nice roll.
Inside the 30 and still rolling at the 25.
Nice punt. Greg Rusk on the leg.
Dunlap will touch the football for the 3rd time tonight. Their last series, it ended in a fumble. Geneseo was able to force that inside the 30-yard line. So we'll see what Dunlap throws at Geneseo here on this drive. They've been mixing it up, run and pass. Geneseo starting to adjust to what they're trying to do. Geneseo in that 3-4 defense.
Pretty much the same guys that started the ball game in the lineup right now. It is the same guys.
in the shotgun formation on 1st and 10. It's a run up the middle, and a wall of Geneseo defenders stops that play after a short gain.
Correction, we got number 20, Jordan Sanowski, in the lineup for the Leafs in the defensive backfield. Also had Tyler Mackey on that play.
So Geneseo rotating some new players in here, trying to keep some fresh legs on this hot night.
Got Luke Snyder in the defensive backfield, and obviously playing quarterback on the offensive side. You can't wear those guys out too much on this kind of night.
Dunlap taking their time getting the up to the line of scrimmage after calling the play. Quarterback looks to the sideline. 2 receivers off to the right in the slot formation. 2 running backs in the backfield with 1 receiver off to the left. Long snap. I think they took too much time.
Yeah, it's kind of a contrast to the way they started the ball game, Lauren. They started in that quick, hurry-up offense. Our defense was having a hard time getting set sometimes, and now they get a delay of game call.
And I think they may have got a time out taken before they were penalized. So they call a timeout, and they were awarded that. So second timeout for Dunlap here. 10:16 to play in the second quarter. Geneseo with the lead, 7-0.
They've got a lot of guys going both ways also, and they've got a lot of wet jerseys out there. And, you know, it's going to be a stamina issue tonight. There's no doubt about it. Whoever's conditioned in these last couple weeks, prepared for this thing, is going to have a good shot win this ball game in the second half.
Well, a lot of those Geneseo players took their helmets off for this water break during this timeout. So you know they're getting hot out there. It's hot for them. They got the shoulder pads and helmets on. I'm a little warm too with this headset on, Bob, and I think I'll be all right.
Leave your helmet on, Lauren.
Second down and 8 for Dunlap.
That turf is not exactly cool down there either. It's got some asphalt underneath it.
In the shotgun formation, hands it off to the halfback. He comes around the right side with a head of steam, and he's dropped at the 35-yard line.
Short of a first down. Short of a first down, but he has got a lot of yardage. It's going to be a 3rd and short, and you're right, he is down. He's not even moving.
I think Ryan Pitra made the tackle, and they're checking him out too over there, make sure he's all right. But the running back number 11
that's
for Dunlap.
That's Treston Fowler, their running back, and he's obviously one of their good players.
He came around that right side of the offensive line and
hit that hole quick. They've got some speedsters out there. That's one of the attributes that we knew they had coming in. They had a 4x100 track team last year that fared very well down state tournament. So they know they've got some speedsters out there, and that kid hit the hole pretty hard.
And on this turf field, I mean, you just seem to be twice as fast, you know, with this surface. So Dunlap player is still down. Looks like they're going to get some more medical attention for him. That'll bring the players from Geneseo over here to the sideline.
Meanwhile, Glenn Anderson's watering everybody down. He's like he's watering his cattle down out there. They're all getting drinks, and he's spraying their necks, the backs of their necks.
Well, Glenn had the right hat on tonight. He had the straw hat. He had the G's on the side of the straw hat. So he was well prepared. Geneseo last year, 6-5 season. Bob, they did keep their consecutive winning season streak going at 50. They haven't had a losing season since 1962. So 50 years of that. They're celebrating the 99th year of Geneseo football this year. See a lot of shirts here in the stands with the new shirt that's out this year. The legacy lives on. So I'll have to probably wear mine next week for the home opener next Friday night. But when you win 50 consecutive or have 50 consecutive winning seasons, you usually get off to a good start. In Geneseo and season openers over those 50 years are 48-2.
That's not bad.
And they've won the last 10, so
that's not bad.
Not bad at all, is it?
No, and it's sometimes it's not always set up to be that way. I think one of those losses, I think a Metamora team, and sometimes they've had some tough teams out there. They weren't necessarily flat-out upsets or anything when they lost. We do have the stretcher. We got the ambulance on the field. That's one of the good things about turf. You drive out there, got the ambulance on the field with the stretcher board, and the Dunlap player still motionless, so they're gonna put him on the board.
And obviously they're going to take their time here and not be in any hurry.
They need to take their time. But, interesting you should mention the 99 jerseys, T-shirts everybody's wearing. It's good that the focus is on the legacy of the 99 years. If I'm a player or a coach, man, I'd hate that 50-year thing hanging on your back. That's at some point in time, there's going to be a 4 and 5 team out there. And, it doesn't mean that they're bad people.
Right.
But but it's going to be tough being one of them. To be honest with you, because it's a big thing in this town. So I like the focus being on the 99, the legacy, of just the tradition of football. Of what it means and what it's done for us. Not necessarily all the wins, but just the what the sport does for our community.
Certainly, there's been some pioneers for this football program. Well beyond the 50 years, and those guys that have come along, but we probably don't hear a whole lot about. They really set the stage here for where this football program is at right now. So a lot of guys that have kind of worked in behind the scenes. So, well, we're getting ready for a really exciting season here for Geneseo. They're back home next week against Chicago Robbie, and then they play Morris the following week. That's a home game. It's a pretty simple schedule. The next 2 at home, following 2 on the road, then 2 more at home, then 2 more on the road. So same teams we played last year. Again, we were 5-4 in the regular season. A couple of those games, Bob, last year probably could have went our way. We lost 1 game to Sycamore. We lost by 3. We lost a 4-point loss to Sterling. So got down in both those games and had to battle back. But this team never quit last year. And you turn a couple of those games around this season, you might be looking at a much better record and better seeding in the playoffs.
You hope that that's a mark of a less experienced team that that you get behind early. You hope with a more experienced team, which this is, you really hope that they that they don't get that. They don't get themselves in a hole and have to battle their way out of it. Proud as heck of those kids who battled their way out of it, and they just battle to the very end, to the final buzzer. But you just don't want to get yourself in those kind of situations, as you mentioned. And Geneseo's had a few of those teams that they've kind of had their back to the wall several times, and you had so many what ifs, and somehow battle out to get that winning season that's kept that streak alive. But you hope with the experience here that these kids come out right from the get-go and take control of the ball game and play it hard and don't have to battle so hard from behind.
Right now we are have an injured player for Dunlap on the field. We have 10 minutes on the clock in the second quarter. Geneseo with the 7-0 lead, and we'll resume this game here shortly. We'll give you some statistics here while we're waiting through 14 minutes of play. Geneseo has more passing yards than rushing, and they have a total of 80 yards in this game, 11 yards on the ground.
That happens all the time, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. That's the new offense for 2013. But 11 yards rushing, most of that's from Ryan Webster on that first quarter run at the end of the quarter.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Almost 70 yards passing for Geneseo. They have 80 total yards. Dunlap with 27 yards on the ground, 37 in the air. And I believe they have the Dunlap running back on the stretcher. The crowd here giving him a round of applause.
All the Maple Leaf players, or at least the vast majority of them, took a knee during that time and just kind of had a little time to think. And they're the enemy, no doubt about it. That's the opposition, but you don't want anybody hurt. Nobody wants anybody hurt.
Right.
It's just these are kids, and you got their futures at stake, and this game is not nearly as important as that. So you really hope and pray that this is just a minor thing, and they're just taking extra precaution of it. He's waving over there.
Yep.
Okay, so he's waving as they put him on the ambulance, so that's a great sign.
It is a really good sign, and it was a good hit from Ryan. It was a textbook tackle. He was right there. It was just a hard collision.
Yeah, and Ryan Pitra just walks off the field, but he's doing fine. The trainer wants to talk to him, but he doesn't want to talk about it. She probably wants to put him through a concussion test, and he says, "Ain't no way I'm going to go through that."
Well, both teams are anxious to start the game again. They're back out on the field, ready for the ambulance to leave the field.
the process of a trainer, and we got all these student trainers and everything, the process of evaluation has come so far. You know, when you have a violent hit like that in the ball game, you don't wait till somebody staggers off the field or has to be carried off the field, you know, to evaluate that hit. You know, right now, see, the trainer is going to talk to him, make sure that, because he was part of a violent hit. And she has to check, make sure he's okay. And that's part of the deal. You don't wait till a player comes up to you and says, "Hey, coach, I got my bell rung," to send him over to the trainer anymore.
So Ryan's going to be on the sidelines here as play resumes. It'll be 3rd down and 1 at about the 35-yard line. Long count. Geneseo showing blitz. Handoff to the halfback, and he's going to get the first down and a little more out to the 39-yard line. Ryan Patterson over there to make the tackle. Or Kyle Patterson. I knew I was going to do that.
Yeah, big brother. Brandon Mislow and Trevor Craig over there at the end also. But it looked like they had an opportunity to get in behind the line of scrimmage, but nice job of running the football. Just kind of slid it off of one block and made a nice cut.
Ball mid at the center of the field at the 39-yard line. 2 running backs in the backfield lined up on the right-hand side of the quarterback. Pump fake. Here comes Cooper Humphreys.
Ball's dropped.
Causes a fumble. And Geneseo thinks they got the ball, and they do.
The official.
Ryan Verbeck comes up with the loose football. Cooper Humphreys blitzing in from his cornerback position was able to knock it free.
The quarterback pump fake for some reason, even with Humphreys in his face, pump fake brought it down. Humphreys clocked him. Ball was loose on the ground, and Nick Verbeck just swallowed it up.
Number 2, Cooper Humphreys getting swatted on the helmet and the shoulder pads as he comes to the sidelines, and Geneseo has caused their 2nd turnover of the night. They have great field position inside the 30. We'll call it at the 28 with 9:20 to play in the 2nd quarter, and the Green Machine on top 7-0.
Once again, Lauren, the Markham experienced team making big plays.
Singbush in motion. They give it to Mislow off the left side. He's down to the 25. A gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down.
Big defensive plays by experienced defense. All these kids have been there before, and that's what happens. You know, there's going to be, against good football teams, they're going to get a little yardage on you. It's hard to dominate them completely. Joe Thomas checks into the ball game with a play. But, you know, the experience factor on a play like that, is really big. You just know that that's what happens. It's kind of like the harder you work, the luckier you get. You know, these kids have worked really, really hard, and breaks are going to go their way.
Double wing formation. Give it to the second back through. No, Schneider keeps it himself. Rolls around. He's wide open. Down to the 10, the 5. Gets to the corner pylon. And is going to be called out of bounds at the 1.
He just couldn't make it. Turned on the afterburners. He just couldn't get in the end zone. It was a race to the corner. He tried to hold the ball out over the pylon, but obviously the official didn't believe he did. The official didn't have a real good angle on it, Lauren, but, you know, he's not as fast as Luke Snyder.
Luke was trying to plead his case, trying to get maybe a call reverse there, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1-yard line for Geneseo. Luke Snyder on a nice run of over 20 yards.
It was a nice fake in the backfield, and I think the officials didn't catch up on that play quite as fast. And, you know, I don't think it was a real good angle, but they're going to bring it in right here.
Ray Singbush goes into the end zone off the left side. It's a touchdown for Geneseo with 8:27 to play here in the 2nd quarter. Be the 10th caller to La Roma Pizza every time Geneseo scores a touchdown and win a free large 2-topping pizza. Live broadcast listeners only must redeem in 1 week. Call La Roma Pizza now, 944-6171. Singbush has his 2nd touchdown of the game, and we'll see Kevin Wollick come in to kick the extra point.
I think that's part of the deal, too, because Snyder's not supposed to get all the touchdowns. You know, I think Singbush would like to pad those stats a little bit, put those points after his name.
Race had 12 touchdowns last year. He's off to a good start. Here's Wollick's extra point. Looks a lot better, and it's good.
Still wasn't exactly picture perfect, but, you know, we're progressing as the game goes on with the foot also. Yeah.
Well, that was a short touchdown drive for Geneseo, set up by that fumble caused by Cooper Humphreys. Nick Verbeck picking up the loose ball and finished off by the offense and Race Singbush.
And Kevin Wolick hops off the field, and he's still not happy with his leg right now. He's swinging. He was just kind of swinging as he came off the field, thinking, I got to do better than that. But it wasn't a 50-yard field goal. It was an extra point, and it was good enough to get it in. 14 zip, that helps a lot.
All right, that scoring drive, we'll recap it for you. 3 plays, 28 yards, took 53 seconds off the clock, a 1-yard run by Race Singbush. Wolick with the extra point. And Geneseo with scoring drives of 1 and 3 plays tonight. So quick hitting offense. So it's 14-0. We still have over 8 minutes to play before halftime.
Catch some of these guys on the special teams. Let's see Jacob Beath out there, Joe Thomas out there. Try to get some of the names we don't call all the time. Tyler Mackey's out there. Number 29, Josh Beard is out there. Try to get some of those guys that get their name called. They work all week long really hard, and they get their opportunity here to make a big tackle.
Wolick's going to drive this one deep all the way back inside the 10. It's picked up at the 7 and brought out to the 20, 25-yard line. Geneseo good coverage downfield.
That looked like Jacob Beath, number 53. Is that correct? Yeah, everybody's giving him the glad hand, so good job, Jacob, on that solo tackle coming down the field. Maple Leafs hold him to decent field position, 24-yard line. It's good defensive position.
We'll check the lineup here for Geneseo. They've got number 24 in there on the left-hand side. Scott Schulte, he's a senior at 5'10", 165. He's in a lineup in that linebacker position where Ryan Pitra usually has been tonight.
Acree still in the middle. Big Mike Murray on the far side, and Ryan Webster lined up on this side along with Cooper Humphreys.
Humphreys showing blitz again here. He's going to come into the backfield. He's trying to get to the quarterback, gets rid of the ball, and it is completed, but no, it's incomplete. Receiver dropped the ball after being hit.
It looked like he had that ball, but you could see the way he kind of gave up. Tacklers was continuing to hit him. Dylan Decker. No, I got the wrong side. My bad. Was that Grant Pritchard? Grant Pritchard checks into the ball game at the nose tackle. No, he's going to be at the tackle position.
Yeah, that pass was incomplete. The official at first had thought it was completed. He was going to spot it, and then he brought the ball back. So it's incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Either way, it's at the original line of scrimmage. Patterson's still in there. Mislow still in the middle.
Quick snap. Quarterback trying to roll to the right.
And
he's sacked back at about the 15-yard line.
Looks like Pitcher passed the test. Ryan Pitcher back in the ball game after checking with the trainer. Makes the sack in the offensive backfield by about 10-yard loss.
Right, it's back at the 15, so it's going to be 3rd down and about 19 for Dunlap as they are going the wrong way. Geneseo stepping up the pressure here with some blitz.
A lot of blitzing, a lot of stunning going on by the Maple Leafs. Sometimes a couple, even 3 guys going. Right. And they have no idea what to pick up sometimes.
We haven't really seen the deep ball here from Dunlap. They've been trying to pass the ball to the sideline, so Geneseo feels pretty good, I think, about their coverage in the secondary, that they can stay with these guys down the field. And Dunlap's going to burn their 3rd and final timeout of this first half. 7:22 to play. Geneseo ahead on the scoreboard, 14-0 here in Dunlap.
Well, 19 is a critical situation, but they're pinned, as you said, back about the 15-yard line. If they don't gain some yardage, they're going to be punting from the end zone. And that's not what they want. That's not where they want to give Geneseo the football. Geneseo can get the football in Dunlap territory here if they can hold on this one.
Well, we might see some type of screen or a delay draw here in this situation. Try to keep, create some open space there for one of the Dunlap running backs possibly. Geneseo has room here. They can back off of their coverage a little bit and keep the ball in front of them.
Yeah, and defensive coach Travis Mackey out there talking to the middle linebackers. He's talking to Mislow and Patterson, talking about just that. I'm sure, what kind of coverage they're going to have on those short passes, on those little, especially the screen.
Tyler Mackey's in there. He's number 12. He's back at the safety position. You got Matthew Rowley, number 16. Race Singbush, number 26. Trevor Craig is over here on the right sideline, number 22, and Cooper Humphrey is going to line up on the slot receiver on the right-hand side.
Grant Pritchard is at the nose tackle position, and Lane Acree slipped to the outside tackle.
Geneseo blitzing with Mislow. Quarterback steps up in the pocket, throws over the middle. It's too high, and he is...
Rowley just decked him. He was stretched out trying to one-hand that ball, and Rowley just dropped him like a rock, and it's going to be fourth and a long, long way. Leafs going to get, avoiding a flub here, of course, going to get the ball in good position.
Geneseo turning up that pressure, and they are hitting tonight here in this first half of play.
With the 3 down linemen, you know, they really can't afford to shoot a few of them, and obviously Dunlap has no idea.
Their punter is back at about the goal line, and Geneseo's going to call a timeout. They had 12 players on the field. They will take their second time out of the first half, and we try to set up a punt return here. Geneseo's always been good about setting up the wall and the returns, and this is a perfect opportunity to do that here.
Used to be a little easier, it seemed like, but still try to get that done. And they had a nice wall in the opening kickoff, I thought, so maybe we'll see something here.
Geneseo tonight, I think they've had the ball 3 times up to this point. 4 times. 4 times. I think they've punted twice, and Greg Rusk has punted twice, and they've gotten 2 scoring drives. So they're 50-50.
And no turnovers.
No turnovers, yes.
Dunlap has turned the ball over twice on fumble. At key situations, really. Key times. You mentioned the Green Machine kicking game, you know, especially on their kickoff game. They have been pooch kicking a lot in the past years, and they've been going a little bit deep today, getting Dunlap in deep position, and this is kind of representative of what happens when you get in a deep position and can't move the football. Punting with the line right on the end zone.
Low snap, it bounces back to the punter. He gets off a low punt, almost touched by Geneseo out there at the 37. But
why did he reach out for the ball? That was Jordan Stanowski on the return there. Looked like he was going to try to reach out and catch it, but that would not have been a good thing.
A short punt of about 23 yards. Geneseo has excellent field position at the Dunlap 37. 7:06 to play in this first half. Maple Leafs ahead 14-0.
As you called it, Lauren, there, that was a bad snap. It took about 3 or 4 hops back to the punter, and if there had been a rush on, it might have been points, but you know, you can't predict that.
Green Machine, a double wing formation here on 1st and 10. Motion by Webster. Ball is fumbled at the snap, and Snyder trying to get back on it. I think he did.
Yeah, the official's holding up 2 fingers. That's a good thing. That means it's 2nd down.
Well, a miscue there between the center and the quarterback.
Some big boys in there. Snyder recovered.
So a loss of 1 will be 2nd and 11. Matt Rowley coming in with the play from the sideline.
We haven't talked too much about the offensive line. Jeremy May has been running the center position, I believe, most of the night. And Rob Smith was one of the guards, Kyle Patterson. But I think I see a different number in there. I'll have to check that out.
Webster in motion. He'll take the toss. Coming to the right side. He's got an opening. He's out over the 35 down to the 33. And a manageable 3rd down for Geneseo coming up, about 3rd and 6.
Looked like they might have had some running room, but closed that thing in a hurry.
They spotted just inside the 34.
Yeah, I do see number 61, Nathan Frankie, in there at that guard spot.
Number 80, Jacob Van Doren, a sophomore, comes in. The lone sophomore on this roster for Geneseo to start the season. And they go double tight formation, double wing.
Rob Smith still at the other guard spot.
3rd and a long 5. Snyder's going to keep it himself, and he's going to be wrapped up from behind by big number 64 and taken down for a loss on the play. Trevor Fox, who's 6'1", 275, taking hold of Luke Snyder. He's got 100 pounds on him, Bob.
Received the ball in great field position, did the Leafs, and have been able to do nothing with it. 4th and almost 10, the long 9, and they are going to punt the ball, trying to pin them deep. Hopefully they can get a coffin corner job here and not bring it to the 20-yard line, because if they only get it to the 20-yard line, it's only about a 15-yard gain.
Geneseo still has some time on the clock here to get the ball back before half. We have 5 minutes and just going under the 5-minute mark. 14-0 is the score. And we'll see Greg Rusk standing at the 45-yard line. Like you said, Bob, trying to maybe angle this into one of the corners. Nice high kick coming down inside the 10. Pitcher trying to stop it, and Geneseo able to save it before it goes into the end zone.
Yep, it is.
And I think that might have been
well, pitcher was trying
29.
to get it. Yeah, it was. It was Josh Beard who went and slapped it back. And then one of the other Leafs fell on the football and pinned it in down inside the 5.
Officials are talking about it here. Having a little conference around the 5-yard line where the football is resting.
Josh Beard batted the ball just before it crossed the goal line, apparently. Yep, they're going to leave it right there.
At the 5.
They talked about it and decided, well, they moved it out to the 5, or across the 5 for some reason, but still it's right there. Great opportunity for some pressure right here.
Geneseo defense causing a couple turnovers already in this first half. They've got the Eagles pinned deep in their own territory. Shotgun formation again for Dunlap. Ball is snapped. They'll keep it on the ground out to the right-hand side, trying to get beyond the end.
Picked up a couple.
And only a gain of 2 on the play. Clock continues to move. We're under 4.5 minutes in this first half. Luke Snyder's going to come into the Geneseo secondary.
The Eagles have put the ball, they got somebody down again. They've put the ball on the ground twice, and obviously that their main focus is to not turn the ball over in that territory, but they've got somebody down again. He can't get up. It's a leg injury, though. It doesn't appear to be a head injury. Oh, it's a cramp. They're going to try
a cramp.
Yep, they're trying to pull the cramp out of there, and this is a great evening for cramp. You hope you don't have them in the first half, though.
Right. It's early to get one of those, but it does stop the clock. 4 minutes, 21 seconds to play in this first half. So it's gone well for Geneseo here tonight.
Seems like the opening game last year against Dunlap, the trainer had more yardage than any of the running backs going on and off the field, rubbing cramps out, and we may be in for some more of the same.
Yeah, I expect to see a little bit more of this in the second half, especially with Geneseo having so many two-way players here. I know we've seen the coaching staff shuffle in a lot of players on offense and defense, trying to keep them fresh and all that, but it's going to happen, I think, especially on a night like this.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of drinks. One thing about it, every time somebody goes down with a cramp, everybody else gets a drink. Got to help.
So the Dunlap player is still being attended to. And we'll get this game back underway. It's going to be second down and 8 for the Eagles when we resume play here in the second quarter.
Still tending to that player. He's not popping up real soon, but now they got him on his feet. He's going to try to walk.
And that's one of their wide receivers that's coming off the field.
Yeah, that wasn't the player carrying the ball, and that play was just he was trying to throw a block out there and couldn't get back up.
Verbeck, Murray, and Acree up front for Geneseo. The linebackers, you've got Patterson and Mislow on the inside. Cooper Humphreys is going to cheat up there like he is a linebacker on the right-hand side. Look in the backfield. He might come with a blitz again.
Roley comes up tight.
Geneseo ball is fumbled back into the end zone. Quarterback throws it quick, and it's incomplete. Just got rid of it, and he got leveled in the back of the end zone. That was almost a grounding play.
Yeah, I was just looking for flags, but there are none, so that ball is going to come right back out there. It's going to be 3rd and about 8.
That's a bad time to have a bad snap. And the ball's rolling around in the end zone.
Fortunately for the Eagles, they were able to recover that thing on the bounce, but a lot of pressure by the Leafs in there. A lot of people were in his face, and he did pick it up, got rid of it immediately. The reason you were talking about the grounding is he didn't even look for a receiver. He just turned around and heaved that thing out there, but there must have been somebody in that area.
Well, that incomplete pass favors Geneseo. It stops the clock. Still 4 minutes to play in the second quarter. It's 3rd down and long, and now a penalty marker is thrown, and it might be delay a game on the Eagles.
That's going to be half the distance, if in fact it is. It is going to be delay a game.
So it's going from bad to worse here for Dunlap. 3rd and long now. Ball will be inside the 5. They'll mark it at the 4. They have to get out to about the 15-yard line, 16-yard line for a first down.
So it's about 11-12 to go.
2 receivers left and right for the Eagles.
Huge play defensively here for the Leafs.
Quarterback looking downfield. Nobody
Pressure,
open.
pressure. Oh,
Gets away, comes upfield, and he gets leveled
ouch.
at the 10-yard line.
Pitcher's going to have to take another concussion test.
Losing his hat, his helmet is Brandon Mislow.
Yeah, that's Mislow.
And he's coming off the field here.
No, that's Acree.
Oh, Acree, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's Lane Acree coming off the field, but pitcher hit that guy so hard.
I think
he's going to spend all his time over at the trainer passing tests, I hope.
I think Geneseo's been getting tired of tackling their own guys in practice. They're
on to tackle.
They're teeing off tonight here in the first half.
They want to put a helmet on somebody else.
3.5 minutes to play. Here's the punt. It's another bad one.
Shanked another one.
And this one is going to roll hit a player at the 30. I think that's Shanowski again. That was kind of in that last punt was in that area. This time the ball rolls right to him, and he was able to fall on it.
He was on the ground for some reason, and the ball rolled up to him, hit him in the leg. He fell on it, and Geneseo's got the ball on the 30-yard line. Geneseo has had the field position the entire game. They really, again, experienced teams have control of football game. You like to have the ball on the other side of the field the entire game.
Well, they need to take advantage of this at the 30. It's a short field for Geneseo. They have time to do it. 3 minutes and 17 seconds to go before half. Rollout, Schneider to throw. Has a guy open. It's a reception by Singbush. He's down inside the 5, hits the pylon, but they say he steps out at the 2. And that play has worked for the 3rd time tonight.
And Singbush is peeling his case, but he must have touched that white line. It was close because he did dance his way down to that pylon and hit the pylon, but he must have touched the white line on the second to last step.
Completion of 28 yards from Schneider to Singbush. 1st and goal, Geneseo from the 2-yard line.
The Geneseo air attack. I think the yardage is well ahead in the air, isn't it, over the running game?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I think Snyder's over 100 yards passing in this first half. Mislow at the fullback position. They'll pitch it back to Singbush, and he's wide open. He's going to go into the end zone untouched, and Geneseo scores their 3rd touchdown. They're all been by Singbush tonight. And be the 10th caller to La Roma Pizza every time Geneseo scores a touchdown and win a free large 2-topping pizza. Live broadcast listeners only. Must redeem within 1 week. La Roma Pizza, 944-6171.
Rotating a lot of guys in here now. Got, especially on the specialty teams, getting a lot of different bodies in there, giving the guys that are going both ways, especially getting them off the field, give them a break.
High snap on the extra point.
There you go. There you go.
Looks a lot better.
A lot better.
They all count.
Now he's getting the leg. Yeah, he's not swinging his foot around on the way off the field this time. He's good.
Geneseo makes it 21-0 in this first half. 3:04 to play in the second quarter. And they will get ready here to kick the ball off to Dunlap. So Geneseo is taking advantage of forcing turnovers and getting great field position here tonight, helping their offense with a couple short fields. But it's been the passing game. It's been the play action, Luke Schneider rolling out, finding a very speedy Ray Singbush downfield. And like I said, that play's worked 3 times tonight.
Well, Dunlap came in with the intention of stopping the run. They did a fairly effective job of really containing the rush to some degree, not completely obviously, but that leaves those little wide open passes on the sides. You can't contain everything. When you're boxing everything in the middle, those sidelines got to be open, and Geneseo very wisely taking advantage of that. Picks up a 3-touchdown lead.
Well, we'll see who on the special teams here will make a tackle. As Wolick has the ball teed up, and he will take his steps to get the approach.
Once again, some names. Tyler, I can only see this side. Tyler Mackey and Jacob Beath over here on the side, not in there all the time.
We've got Justin Kane way over on the far sideline, number 37. It's a pooch kick, a kick that comes down to the 35, a short one. And Geneseo there right away on the coverage. And there's a pitcher down there to make a tackle. He's everywhere tonight.
Pitcher, and yeah, Tyler Mackey also in there.
The ball's at the 37 for the Dunlap Eagles.
And we're back to pretty much what we started the ball game with on the interior, on the line, on the linebackers. Everybody back. And it looks like all the people that started the ball game are in the game defensively right here.
Shotgun, 3 receivers. They spread them way out to the right-hand side. He'll throw that way, complete the pass, and gets away from the Geneseo defender near midfield before he's dropped down. It'll be a first down for the Eagles on a wide receiver screen.
Mislow chased him. It looked like probably Trevor Craig over there.
It's a
Nope, it was Rowley again.
tough play to defend when they have 2 guys out there blocking. It's screen out on the far sideline. And 2:52 to play in the second quarter.
Mislow had it sniffed out pretty well, but he was 1 step behind all the way down there. Otherwise, he'd have got that thing for about no gain. Matt Rowley under tackle.
Now the Eagles flip it. They'll bring 3 receivers to this side of the field, the wide side of the field. We might see the same play. Waiting for the snap. Quarterback taking a long count. Geneseo showing blitz. We got some movement and a flag. I don't think Geneseo jumped off sides, though. I
didn't see any white jerseys moving.
Geneseo able to force some movement by the offensive line of Dunlap, and that's going to cost him 5 yards and stop the clock.
Yeah, Kyle Patterson looked like he was going to bust right through there, and it probably would have made me wet my pants if I was lined up across from him, too. Somebody had to jump. Just got a little anxious.
Dunlap at the line of scrimmage. Geneseo loosening up a little bit
Snyder,
in the secondary.
Snyder checks in. Again, they pull a lineman, I believe, to put Snyder back in the ball game.
Well, Riley Carr's had a rough night, and there's movement by the Eagles before the snap. The slot receiver moving. That'll cost him 5 more.
You know, they've made some nice plays, but they just are making a lot of mistakes. The execution, overall execution, they just shoot themselves in the foot just about the time they start feeling like they can move the football. And again, that's, an inexperienced team. Boy, you just kind of, obviously you want to win the ball game, but you kind of feel for some of those kids out there. They're really trying to make some improvements in this program,
right.
and they make kind of silly mistakes.
So back-to-back 5-yard penalties for Dunlap. It's 1st and 20. Ball just at the 39-yard line. Pass is low, it's caught, and that's going to be a loss on the play.
Lost 4 on the play.
That's a pass, so you have to knock it down if you're a receiver, but he was slipping when he caught it, and his knees touched, and he was down at that point.
Yeah, if you had the presence just to let go of the football, you'd been better off, obviously. But on the other hand, it really wasn't very far forward. He might have been concerned that was a lateral.
Defensive coordinator Travis Mackey signaling in the play for the defense.
2 in about 18 acres. Wow.
Safeties are about 20 yards off the ball for Geneseo.
Stay out of the big play here.
They'll hand it off to the tailback up the middle. Ball is fumbled, and it is picked up by Nick Verbeck.
Verbeck was not satisfied to fall on it. He's going to take it in for a score. He wanted to be a running back. That's at least 2 recoveries for him tonight.
Yes, that is his second fumble recovery, and great hands there by Nick Verbeck. He just scooped it right up.
I just love that one, man. He was not going to be satisfied for grabbing that ball and falling on it. He's going to try to run it forward, advance that thing. So,
well, turnover number 3 for this Geneseo defense. They
didn't catch the original hit on that thing, Lauren, but somebody jarred that ball loose, and it took about 3 hops and right up into Nick's arms, and he was going to run. What a great sight. That's a big day for a lineman.
It is, yes. 1st and 10, Green Machine at the Dunlap 35. Singbush in motion. Snyder rolls left, has pressure, tries to get away. Still scrambling, and he's going to be dropped for a loss of about 4 yards. Had nowhere to go, tried to make the best of it, but just couldn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
He actually was trapped behind the line of scrimmage. Guy had his jersey about 3 yards back, so he picked up a few, but you're right, he had nowhere to go. He was trapped. 3 guys had him cornered.
Ball spotted at the 39. Geneseo comes up to the line.
Drew Himmelman trying to check into the game, had to come back.
And a little.
Yep, we're going to have a timeout.
Geneseo still has some timeouts left here. Dunlap is out of timeouts, so Leafs will talk about this one on a 2nd and 14. We still have a minute 28 to play in this first half, and it's all been the Maple Leafs tonight. 21-0 is the score.
21-0 is certainly in control of the football game, but they really like to get this thing up to 28, at halftime, and just make sure that they understand, they meaning Dunlap, that they're not in this ball game. So, they'll have to start their halftime. They'll have to start making adjustments to what they can do. They're just going to have to start saying, okay, well, we've got to be a little better football team so we can try to compete next week because this one's over.
Geneseo has been able to get more yards through the air tonight than on the ground, but like we mentioned, the Dunlap defense, they're selling out on the run, trying to stop it. They got a lot of players coming in from the backside trying to make the tackles, pursuing from behind. So Geneseo has talked things over here, and they go back to the huddle. Again, football at the 39-yard line of Dunlap with a minute and a half to play in the first half. Webster in the backfield. They send out Jordan Melke way out to the left-hand side, split end position. Motion by Webster. Rolling left is Snyder. Looking downfield, penalty flag is thrown. Snyder is hit low as he throws the football, and he is down.
He's going to get back up, though. And there's a flag in the backfield, and that's usually a holding area, but
I think it is a hold. Indication is a hold on Geneseo, which I think is their first penalty tonight.
And that's great execution for week one to get almost to the halftime without a penalty is really good execution for week one. You come in here, you just haven't had that much practice. And obviously Dunlap is playing a lot more like a typical week one. They've turned the ball over a few times and just had a lot of penalties and just kind of mistakes that you hate to see happen. They have to go back and say, we got to cut mistakes in order to be competitive. Leafs, on the other hand, have executed well. They've executed very well.
They have, yes.
They're in a big hole now, though. Second and, again, a couple acres.
Drew Himmelman brought the play in for the Maple Leafs as they look over this 2nd and long. They are back in their own territory. Singbush in motion. He'll take the toss. Try to get outside. He does. At the 40, down to the 35, down to the 30, and pushed out of bounds. Somebody lost their helmet from Dunlap as Singbush looks like he's got the first down and a little more.
It's actually pretty close right now. They're not moving the sticks yet, but he picked up a lot. It was, what was it, 2nd and about 25 or something? And
right.
He picked up a lot of yardage. It's going to be, they're going to call it 3rd down.
3rd down and about, what, a yard? They have to get to the...
Boy, he's spotting that thing almost 2 yards away.
Ball spotted
it's a long yard, maybe 2.
Ball at the 27. It says 3rd and 2 on the...
I agree with you, Lauren. It looked like originally that he got it, but that's a funny spot. He must have went out of bounds over there. We couldn't see it.
Big gain anyway. It'll makeable here on 3rd down. 2nd back through. Webster. No, it's Snyder keeping it. He'll dive for the first down inside the 25.
No doubt about that one.
Good play fake there by the senior quarterback, Luke Snyder.
Bad spot's not even going to keep him from moving the chains on that one. I bid on that one too, Lauren. I didn't think he had the ball. I thought it was 2nd man through. Everybody, about 4 guys tackled Webster.
They'll start the clock as they get the markers set, and we're down to 1 minute. 60 seconds remains in this first half of play. Geneseo ahead 21-0 and moving the football.
Wouldn't shock me to see that thing throw out on one of the flanks here.
From the 25, Snyder sets up to throw, dumps it over to Singbush, a little bit too high and over his head.
Had the
incomplete.
Had the right idea because it was open. There's no doubt about it. Just had to hold off that rusher. Just a little too much pressure from inside.
Yeah, Snyder was got hit as he threw the ball. It'll stop the clock. 45 seconds to play in the first half.
I like to see him throw one to Drew Himmelman out there. He's 8'2". All you got to do is throw it up there.
Little jump ball.
Jump ball.
See what happens. Jordan Melke out to the left side. Split end position. Singbush comes in motion to left. He'll take the toss, look for the corner. Gets around to the 20-yard line and inside the 20 to about the 19. Clock is running. We're down to 35 seconds. I think Geneseo may have 1 timeout left. They burned 2 so far.
They got to get back, get the call. It's 24-23. It's
coming up to the line. Clock is still moving. We're under 20 seconds. Third down and about 5. Schneider rolls right, throws, and a diving catch by Himmelman inside the 10. They call it good. It's a reception.
If they got a timeout, they got to get one. If they don't, they don't. They don't have one.
6.3 seconds.
They don't have one. They're going to spike one here.
Have to spike it on the whistle. Waiting for the whistle. Clock starts. We're down to 5, 4, and 3 seconds.
It's a Dunlap finger pushing that clock over there because that thing rolled a little bit, but it's still going to be one play no matter what. They're going to take the field goal here. Kevin Wolick is going to get an opportunity to use that golden toe again.
Wolick with
and the neon shoes.
Did the kicking last year for Geneseo as a junior. Wolick with 4 field goals. This ball is going to be spotted at the 15-yard line. It's going to be a 25-yard field goal attempt with Matt Rowley holding. Angle to the left. Snap's good. The kick is on its way, and it is right down the middle. Geneseo ends the first half with a field goal by Kevin Wolick. They take advantage of 3 turnovers in the first half, and they lead 24-0 at halftime over the Dunlap Eagles.
This TV 50 telecast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Telephone Company, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Snap Fitness, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Holland & Sons, Northside Rexall Drug, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Stackhouse Moore Funeral Services, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize these sponsors and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV 50 telecast.
And we're back with the second half of play here in Dunlap. Geneseo on the scoreboard ahead 24-0 as they put together 3 touchdowns and a field goal in that first half of play against the Eagles and forced 3 fumbles. The Geneseo defense will come out on the field after this kickoff. Geneseo will be kicking the ball to the Eagles as we get ready for our second half. Good first half of play, Bob, for Geneseo. There's not too much you can say they did wrong. I mean, they did a lot of things good. Got to get the running game going a little bit inside the tackles, but other than that, everything looked pretty good for the Maple Leafs.
Well, it was a great first half, but as you said, Lauren, when they start taking away that inside game, just take advantage of the outside game until it loosens up. I don't know if you really have to establish that. If they're not going to move out there and take away the outside, then just stay there. And the Maple Leafs did really a fine job of taking advantage of what they had. So we got second half here, and they're going to be on defense.
Here's Kevin Wolick. Short kick. Gets it high in the air. It's fielded at the 32, and the receiver goes down with the football. Little contact about 10 yards from the field, or from the ball there. Jacob Beath making a little contact coming down the field. So.
Jacob Beath, he gets on those specialty teams, and he's going to get his money's worth. I like that.
So the Geneseo defense up front. Lane Acree, he's the nose guard, a junior at 5'10", 175. Mike Murray and Nick Verbeck are the defensive tackles. Brandon Mislow, Kyle Patterson, inside linebackers, and the outside linebackers, Ryan Pitra and Ryan Webster. Shotgun formation, 1st and 10. Oh, coming in, a loss on the play, trying to strip the ball is Brandon Mislow, and there is a penalty marker thrown in after the play had been stopped. Maybe some celebration by Geneseo or something. But a big loss on the play.
That would be a shame. That would be a shame because that was just a fantastic play by Brandon Mislow.
Mislow just read that from the start. Shot the gap and made the tackle in the backfield.
No, it is against Dunlap, and it's going to be declined by the Leafs. So it's going to be a loss on the play. Didn't see what Dunlap did, but there might have been a little frustration there too.
Right. Loss on the play, about 5 yards.
Mislow came through that hole untouched and just met him as he received the ball. He didn't even know he had the football. All of a sudden, he was wrapped up by 46.
Well, they had the ball at the 32. It's a loss of 7. It's back to the 25. 2nd and 17. Geneseo loosening up on defense. Mislow coming on the blitz and missed the quarterback, and it's Acree that's able to get to him and wrap him up and drop him for another loss.
Lane Acree had him once. Quarterback slipped away, and Lane stuck with it. Brought him down.
And another huge loss.
Great coverage also. I was watching downfield, and there was nobody open. The quarterback, first of all, there was so much pressure he couldn't look down the field, but as he's trying to find somebody, there was nobody open. Great coverage by the D-backs.
It's a loss of 10, and now it's 3rd and 27. Just the third play of this second half. 10.5 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Got Luke Snyder in the defensive backfield.
2 receivers wide right. Snap, the throw, and it's completed. Well short of the first down, but two Leafs, Cooper Humphreys and Ray Singbush, sandwiched the receiver on the near sideline.
Humphreys put the initial stick on him, and Race finished him off hard. There was a big thud. You could hear it up here. He's probably going to have to go through a concussion test.
Geneseo limiting Dunlap to 45 yards passing in the first half, and I think they only had about 20-some yards rushing. So 66 total yards in that first half for the Eagles, and 3 turnovers forced by Geneseo.
We don't spend a lot of time questioning plays up here, Lauren, but what did they hope to gain by that play? They try to get it 4th and 15 instead of 4th and 20 something maybe. I don't know.
And we got a timeout on the field here on 4th down and long for the Eagles. I think they called their first timeout. A little confusion there. They were lining up to punt, but mostly we're kind of showing a offensive set and weren't ready. So not a good start for the second half for the Eagles. They're down 24-0 on the scoreboard. Geneseo expecting to get the ball back here shortly and in good field position again.
Watching the kind of the step of the Geneseo players, and they still look like they have a lot of energy. Willis keeps tapping my foot because I'm rocking the camera. Sorry, Keith. They still have a lot of energy out there. They hustle in and off the field. They run to their positions. You can see them on the balls of their feet, not on their heels. Great stamina, great conditioning here by the Leafs.
Well, we're expecting a punt here from Dunlap. Matthew Rowley standing at his own 48-yard line. He's had 1 fair catch tonight and 2 other punts that he just wasn't able to get to because the kicks were well short. This one's a high kick into the lights, coming to this near sideline, bounces at the 39 and rolls back, and Dunlap's going to down it at the 42. So the bounce goes Geneseo's way. They get 3 more yards off of it, and we'll see the Geneseo offense come out to start things off here.
That's actually the first time in about 3 possessions that the Leafs have had to start in their own field position of the old end of the field, because they've been really getting great field position down here inside Dunlap territory, but it's still good field position at the 42.
Wasn't too bad of a punt by the Eagles.
No, he did get a little time, got that one off. That was his best punt of the day.
Number 60, Jeremy May at center, senior at 5'11", 175, brings the Leafs out of the huddle and up to the line of scrimmage on 1st and 10. Webster in motion off the wing. It's Mislow up the middle. He breaks a tackle into the secondary, down to the 40, to 30. He's down to the 20, the 10. Into the end zone goes Brandon Mislow. 58 yards as Geneseo goes up 30-0 in this third quarter. A 58-yard run. And be the 10th caller to La Roma Pizza every time Geneseo scores a touchdown and win a free large 2-topping pizza. Live broadcast listeners only must redeem within 1 week. La Roma Pizza, 944-6171.
They had to love that, Lauren, the way Brandon, he busted out of there. And there was guys right on his heels, defensive backs on his heels, and he just ran away from them. He crossed the line and nobody was within 5 yards of him. A fullback outrunning the defensive backs by plenty.
And a flag thrown in here before the extra point try. The official walking to the line of scrimmage. We've got a 5-yard penalty against Geneseo for a false start. That'll back Kevin Wolick up 5 yards for this extra point try.
Was that an illegal alignment or was that a false start? I couldn't tell what he was saying there. He's pointing at somebody.
Yeah, we may not have enough guys on the line or too many on the line.
Either way, Kevin needs a little bit more challenge. He needs to get under that ball a little bit. Boom, no problem.
That's perfect.
Back up another 20, he'd be fine.
Wolick with his 4th extra point. He also has a 25-yard field goal tonight with 9:16 to play in this 3rd quarter. Geneseo strikes quickly again on their first play of the 3rd quarter. They lead 31-0 here in Dunlap. Well, we're talking about that inside running game. Just hadn't really got it going, and then bam, there's 58 yards from Brandon Mislow and a touchdown.
That's also one of the the oddities of the, coming up tight in the box, because once you break through that thing, man, there's a lot of space back there. They really are crammed in there, but once you break through that interior line, that first layer, and get through that second layer, boy, it's a lot of running room, and Brandon he just got the head of steam going. I was amazed how he pulled away from those defensive backs. I thought, okay, somebody's going to clip him on the heels, and he just kept pulling away. Very nice. Well done.
Geneseo with 80 yards in that first half, rushing the ball, and they pick up 58 in one play in the second half.
Got to give some credit to those interior linemen too, because they were struggling trying to pick up the stunts and get a nice clear hole for that running back, and they blew a nice hole for him to get through that first layer.
Yep, right behind Jeremy May and Kyle Patterson and Rob Smith there up front for the Leafs. Kevin Wolick's been busy tonight. Here's the approach by number 9. Sends it down to about the 20. Dunlap comes up the middle. They got an opening out to the 40 to midfield into Geneseo territory and tackled from behind at the 43-yard line by Trevor Craig. Good return by Dunlap. That gets them a little excited.
Now that running back, oddly enough, number 17, Ben Aarons, looked like he should have tried to just turn on the afterburners. He put both hands on the ball and braced for a tackle. He actually had steps on some of those guys, but Trevor Craig had probably picked up 5 yards on him in about 10. Caught him from behind.
Good pursuit there by Trevor. Football in Geneseo territory at the 43. Long count, Geneseo showing blitz. Here they come. In the pocket, ball is tipped and it falls. Yep. Incomplete. Geneseo got their hands up and knocked it down.
That might have been Mislow got the tip on that thing. He can not only run and tackle, he can jump. There was a host of Green Machine players around that ball as it was coming down. It just looked like a big circle. No Dunlap players at all, just a lot of white jerseys, but it just fell right in the middle of all of them.
Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10, 9:03 to play in the 3rd. Geneseo ahead 31-0. They'll hand it off, and hello.
Mislow again.
Brandon Mislow meets the running back head on. A loss on the play, and Brandon Mislow has had 3 straight plays where he's come up big.
Number 44, Kyle Cruz, received the football, and then he received impact. He probably has number 44 tattooed on his face. Oh, my gosh.
Mislow with a touchdown run. He's had a deflected pass, and now he's had a huge tackle in the backfield.
46, Brandon Mislow. My goodness. They're tackling with so much confidence. I mean, they are just running right through people. No hesitation.
Out of the gun formation, they go receivers left and right. Twins on both sides. Pressure's on again. Down goes the quarterback for another loss.
All the interior linemen were in there. Acree, of course. Mike Murray was in on it.
Patterson got in there too.
Patterson was in on it. There's about 4 guys in there just running him around in circles. Not a purple jersey anywhere helping the guy out. Just white jerseys surrounding that quarterback. Helpless feeling.
I think Dunlap's ran 6 plays this half. I think only one's been positive. Geneseo just disrupting things in the backfield.
The kickoff return was the most positive play they've had for sure.
Here's the punt. It's
blocked.
It's deflected, and it's going to bounce down by Matt Rowley, but he's going to let it roll back inside the 25. It's going to be stopped around the 23. Geneseo almost came up with a clean block, got a piece of it, but not enough, and it got some momentum downfield.
Just a small deflection, but again, the Leafs get the football. They were not going to get great field position because of that kickoff return. The Eagles had great field position, but failed to get a first down. They just went backwards 3 downs in a row.
So Luke Schneider will come in here with the play in his white shoes.
Leafs defensive pressure is just absolutely impressive.
They're hungry tonight. They want it.
They're running right over the top. We talked about the battle of the trenches. There's no battle anymore. They're running right over the top of them in there.
Motion by Webster. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. A couple yards on the play, maybe 3. And it's Mislow who will be helped up and has his helmet come off, so he's going to have to come off the field. Probably needs a rest anyway.
It doesn't look like it. It really doesn't.
No, it doesn't, does it?
No, he just looks like, I got to come out, really? Get me back in there.
Number 8, Joe Thomas, comes with the play for the Green Machine on 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 26 of Geneseo. Double wing formation, double tight. Up the middle. Ball is fumbled, and it's recovered at the 30-yard line. The ball seemed to come out late. I don't know if the back was actually down or not. That was Acree who fumbled. And Geneseo turns the ball over for the first time tonight, and Dunlap has good field position at the 30.
Lane Acree runs that fullback position when Mislow comes out. He also does a very fine job, got really nice depth in that position, but on this occasion, they're going to have the opportunity for Leafs to get their backbone up here and really, really get a stop.
6.5 minutes to play in the third quarter.
If the turnover doesn't produce a score, that momentum can go the other way really quick. Just need to stiffen up right here.
Well, I think they had 12 players in the huddle for Dunlap. They set 3 receivers out to the right side. Quarterback bobbles the snap, picks it up, and he's tackled for a loss of 2.
That's 4 consecutive tackles for a loss.
And they've switched quarterbacks too. They brought in their tall.
That's the big boy we expected to see a little bit.
Tall Southmore, but he's 6'5", and he's going to go off to the sideline and get the play. So it's kind of been a long night for their starting quarterback, Riley Carr.
Yeah, that last series, he was just going backwards, and his head's probably spinning. So got to give this young kid, the young sophomore, an opportunity. See what he's got. See if he's got an arm.
And 3 receivers out to the right-hand side for Dunlap. Takes the snap, hands it off, penalty marker thrown in the backfield. Back to about the original line of scrimmage, and that's all, as Geneseo has 3 or 4 defenders there making the stop.
Again, the middle of the line, and just about everybody on the team looked like sticking their helmets in on that deal. Okay, the Eagles got an illegal shift. Probably move that one back.
Kyle Patterson.
It's kind of a tough decision because it was not a big gainer. It's going to be like 3rd and 10, or they're gonna let the play stand. The Leafs are going to decline the penalty.
Make it 3rd and 10.
Yep, it's 3rd and 10. It would have been 2nd and 17.
Kyle Patterson is one of the captains on the team. The guy who's to make the decision out there for coaches tell him what to do. So. They declined it. So from the 30-yard line, 3rd and 10. Showing the same formation for the 3rd time in a row with 3 receivers out to the right side. Play action fake, quarterback keeper. He's going to run to the left. Heading to the sideline. He's submarined at around the inside the 25, around the 20.
Depending on the spot, it's going to be about 4th and 5. They're deep enough. They have to go for this. Oh, it's
4th and 2 maybe.
Yeah, they got a lot of yardage there, didn't they?
Yeah. Kind of got blocked out by the Geneseo bench where that quarterback got tackled at. So 4th and 2 as we go into the 5-minute mark of the third quarter. It's Geneseo ahead 31-0 against Dunlap in the opening game of the 2013 season.
This would be a good place to really come up with the big play. This could be just a quarterback draw.
Yeah, it's at 6'5". He might be able to get some ground here himself. He hands it off. Geneseo misses the tackle, and the running back gets loose. He's going into the end zone. It's a touchdown. 2 or 3 defenders had a shot at him. Both missed him, and he got loose up the middle for a touchdown of 22 yards.
Heading stopped right at the line of scrimmage, and he squeaked through there, and once he got through that line of scrimmage, it was a lot of open space right there.
Drew Leathers is the running back for Dunlap that gets into the end zone, makes the score 31-6, pending the extra point here in the third quarter with 4:27 to play.
We're not going to give away any pizza for that one. So the fumble does hurt. The fumble, the turnover cost some points right here. Gave the Dunlap Eagles great field position. They took it in, capitalized.
Extra point is on its way, and that is good. So it's 31-7.
4.5 minutes left here in the third quarter, and there's actually a lot of time left. Maple Leafs are still in control of the football game, but really don't want to get into anything sloppy to the point where they give any more turnovers or any more lack of execution.
Right. I mean, Dunlap did cause the turnover there. They had great field position. They took advantage of it. And Geneseo with a couple missed tackles there. Turns out to be a big play for Dunlap as they're able to score from 22 yards out on the ground. They're probably biggest play of the night.
Since it produced points, we have to call it their biggest play.
Geneseo coming out. They are lining up for the kick. They got to go to the other end of the field here. I think they were kind of going to the wrong side. Now they got it figured out. Ray Singbush is going to go back deep. They're kind of expecting maybe an onside kick here. Looks like they got the hands team in, and they got 10 guys probably within 20 yards of the football. The front line here of 5 of them are anticipating maybe something, squib kick or something, as Dunlap tries to keep the momentum going.
Yep, there's no big boys in there. Those guys are all used to handling football. I'd be surprised if he does kick it deep.
Here's the approach.
But he is.
He'll kick it deep, and Singbush is going to field this inside the 10, comes out at the 8, across the 20.
Oh, he's got a hole.
Cuts back at the 30, dodges a tackler, makes another move out to the 40, and finally is brought down at the Geneseo 43-yard line. About a 35-yard return for Ray Singbush.
I thought he had a hole over on this side, and he found one on the other side. Ray Singbush has a keen knack for just finding a seam. Didn't have the biggest blockers in there, but they picked up a nice return on that play.
Geneseo shuffling a couple new players here. You got number 7, Jordan Milkey, who played a little bit in the first half, and Joey Medina, number 44, is lined up on the wing on the right. 1st and 10. Schneider takes the snap, gives it to Medina, second back through. He's across the 45, tackled at the 46, the short gain on 1st down.
Just picked up a couple, still intent on trying to drive that football, and for a while there we were completely controlling the line of scrimmage, but for some reason the Eagles have now got a little energy. It's amazing what momentum does. A little score, and all of a sudden you get a little hop in your step.
Medina running behind Mike Murray and Rob Smith on that left-hand side. Milkey stays in the game. He's going to split out wide right. Wingback set up on the left. 2nd down and 7. Schneider under center. There's play action as they give it to the fullback up the middle on a quick dive. Close to midfield, but just shy.
That was Mislow again, and I thought he was going to hop through that hole. It looked like he was going to break that seam, but somebody just tripped him. If he wouldn't have been tripped, I think he'd have found a seam. It's a big 3rd down play here because the Eagles kind of got some momentum with that score. You really don't want to give them the football back this quickly.
Right, they spotted the ball at the 48, so not as far as what I thought initially, and it's 3rd and 6. Eagles stacking it up in the box. They got about nine defenders in there between the tackles, anticipating a run. Pitch back to Singbush. heading to the left. First down as he's driven out of bounds along the Dunlap sideline. They got inside the 45, and they'll move the chains.
Made that by about 2 yards. It was hard to tell on the far sideline when he stepped out of bounds, but again, just a pitch out there to Singbush and just finding some space. Did a nice job of getting out there. Everybody kind of held their blocks best they could, and that's what they needed. They needed the first down, get back into Eagles territory again here, and now they got control of the football game.
2:40 on the clock as it stopped here in the third quarter. It's 31-7 Geneseo. Green machine at the line of scrimmage, double tight, double wing. Two backs go in motion, and that's going to draw a penalty flag. And Geneseo's going to be penalized here for...
a little confusion out there.
Yeah, both wing backs moved before the play. And Geneseo has not had many penalties in this game tonight. They had one in the first half.
Medina's checking back in the ball game, and Milky going to check in with the play. So
see Drew Himmelman in there at the tight end position. He had a key catch in the first half, led to a field goal at the final seconds of the second quarter.
Ironically, I was calling for Drew to get that kind of that high lob up there, that little jump ball pass, and he ended up catching it down on the ground. Had a diving catch on the ground. He's got a long ways to go to the ground.
He comes out to the sideline on this play. First down and 15 after that 5-yard penalty. Webster in motion, up the middle. Couple yards, and that's about it for Mislow. Stopped at the 48-yard line of Dunlap.
That whistle took a long time to blow for some reason, and the Eagles kind of drove him into the ground. He was stopped a long time before that whistle blew.
Be second and long for the Maple Leafs as we see the clock go under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. The breeze is starting to pick up here. It's starting to feel maybe, 85? Maybe the storm's coming in. I don't know.
I always know that 4.5 or 5 innings is a complete game in a ball game. What's a complete game football here?
Second and 14. Snyder in the pocket to throw. Over the middle. It's intercepted at the 35. Returned back to the 50 and into Geneseo territory at the 48.
You can see that one developing all the way.
Back-to-back turnovers by Geneseo in this third quarter.
Snyder took his time and kind of looked that one right in, and the Eagle defensive back just kind of read his eyes. Boy, he was right there, picked that one off. Took a little long time to develop.
So the Eagles have the ball just across midfield at the 49 of Geneseo. First and 10, 1:28 to play in this third quarter. Geneseo ahead 31-7.
You really don't want a quick score here. This could be a game.
New quarterback in for
stiffen up
the Eagles. And they hand it off to the running back that scored on the last play, and he gets about 5 yards. So they've made a quarterback change last series. It led to a touchdown. And they've got their sophomore, Joa Robinet, 6'5". The wind's really starting to pick up here.
Well, their starting quarterback had the opening series of the second half, and he just went straight backwards. So, they got to try something different. And obviously it worked on that last drive. They ended up with a score.
Gain of 4. It's 2nd and 6. Play action. Quarterback stepping up, throwing over the middle. It's complete on a high catch. Inside the 25 to about the 23. And it's a first down for the Eagles.
Well, that wind is picking up.
We're down to 41 seconds in this third quarter. There's been some storms north of us here. We've had reports of that. It does feel good, though.
It does. The wind, if it continues in this direction, will be in the Leafs' favor in the fourth quarter.
On first down. There is movement up front.
Something's moving.
And I think it's going to be on Dunlap. That's a movement up there on that offensive line before the snap of the ball. That's going to cost him 5.
They're moving back. But they got momentum right here, and you can't underestimate momentum. Mo changes a lot of ball games around.
Well, it's time Geneseo comes up with a play here in this third quarter. We're down to 25 seconds. The clock is running. This might be our last play of the quarter, depending on how fast Dunlap gets this off. They choose to run a play. They're coming up to the line of scrimmage. We're down to 15 seconds. Down to 10.
They'll get it off.
Shotgun formation. Motion in the backfield. Tailback resets. Hand it off. Up the middle to about the 25, and that's it as the horn sounds for the third quarter. It'll be second down when we come back here in the fourth quarter, but we've played 3, and Geneseo has a lead of 31-7 over Dunlap.
This TV 50 telecast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Telephone Company, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Snap Fitness, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Holland & Sons, Northside Rexall Drug, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Stackhouse Moore Funeral Services, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize these sponsors and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV 50 telecast.
Start of the fourth quarter, some momentum here for Dunlap as we begin this final period. The Eagles have the football, though they are trailing on the scoreboard to Geneseo 31-7. It'll be second down and long for Dunlap at the Geneseo 25. The Maple Leafs have turned it over twice in their last 2 possessions, one leading to a Dunlap touchdown. The defense for Geneseo trying to stop things here.
The good news is they will be wind in their face, Dunlap Eagles, for the entire fourth quarter. And it's
high snap over the 6'5" quarterback. It rolls way past midfield, and he falls on it at the 43-yard line. A huge loss on that snap that went probably 30 yards backwards.
Talked about the first half. The biggest statistic of the first half, besides the 24-0 lead, was the fact that the turnovers were 3-0 in Geneseo's favor. This half, the 2 turnovers by Geneseo could have been really, the opposite situation. They looked to come up really big against Geneseo, but that play right there might change the tide of momentum right here.
You think that was a wind-aided snap? The wind just caught it.
Yeah. You know what? This wind is getting vicious, and I'd rather have it at my back than in my face. I know that, especially if I'm trying to catch up like Dunlap Eagles are.
Well, scoreboard says 3rd and 43. Movement by the fullback, no flag. He must have got set, and a short run about 5 yards. The ball comes out after the running back is down, I think.
Yeah, they're going to blow that one down. One official was following it like he was going to leave it live, but the other one had his foot on the ground marking it down.
So it'll be 4th down, and Dunlap has not had a very good night punting the ball either, averaging about 25 yards a punt. They'll have to punt this into the wind.
This could be interesting. If he gets this thing up in the wind, it might go backwards.
Winds are starting to gust across the field. They'll run out and kick it and get it up in the air. The wind is pulling it towards the sideline, and it bounces back and is downed inside the 30 at about the 27-yard line. So Geneseo will go to work here. They're up 31-7 with 10:23 to play in the game.
Snyder trying to get out of the way of that punch, and he didn't know where it was. He just headed for the sideline. Just probably wasn't as close as it looked like from here, but at least get the football back and wind at their back. And of course, the biggest thing is a 31-7 lead.
See number 61 in the lineup for Geneseo, Nathan Franke, senior at 5'10", 205.
Nathan's been jumping in there at that guard spot quite regularly tonight.
He's going to be at the right guard position.
I think giving Patterson a little bit of a breather since he's playing 100% of the time on defense.
Double tight formation. They pitch it back to Webster coming around the right side. He's got an opening, and he is taken down by the ankles at about the 35-yard line.
He picked up about 9 on that play, and he, well, looks like maybe 8 now. They moved it back, but he was one guy away from breaking that thing.
He was, yeah. He got tripped up from behind. He almost was able to get a little bit farther down the field and into the secondary. Good gain anyway by Webster. We'll call it 8 yards.
I was kind of looking forward to that race because it would have been a race to the corner.
Well, he's due to break one out. I mean, we've had Singbush with a nice long run tonight. We've had Brandon Mislow with a 58-yard touchdown run here in the second half. At the line of scrimmage, wing back in motion.
Oh, he's not going to get it.
Maybe a yard at the most on that straight dive play. It was Mislow with a 1-yard carry. 3rd and short.
Can't deny that the Eagles have really got a game plan of stopping that ball up the middle, and they're, for the most part, doing well. Mislow, as you mentioned, broke that one for the long distance, but for the most part, they stopped the middle of the field pretty well. Most of the yardage gained is on the outside.
Himmelman brings in the play. He's lined up at end on the right side. Webster will shift to the wingback position on the left. Snyder takes the snap. He'll pivot, pitch it back. Singbush looking for some room. He has the first down and wrapped up at the 39-yard line. They'll move the chains and keep things moving here for Geneseo. 8:45 to play in the game as they stop the clock to set the markers. And that wind continues to gust. It hasn't let up at all here. I'm not complaining, though. I'm feeling good.
Ball control is the name of the game right here. No, it does feel kind of good, but I'm not sure what's brewing behind it. How quickly that rain and lightning's coming. You're hearing it all over the state, delaying games. We don't need that.
Double tight formation on 1st and 10. Counter play. Webster met at the line of scrimmage. He's in a twist and try to get a couple yards out of it, and he does.
They're trying to tackle the football now. You can see everybody reaching and trying to pull that football out. When you're behind 31-7, that's what you have to do. You got to hope for a turnover. 3 guys reaching their arms in there trying to pull that ball out of Ryan's hands. He put both hands over it and just kept driving.
Geneseo bringing in Jordan Milkey here with the play. And trying to get it up to the line of scrimmage before they run out of time. They'll hustle up there. Jeremy May, number 60 at center. Trying to get set in the backfield. Motion by Webster. He'll take the pitch, come around the right end, make a move and breaks a tackle, and now he gets dumped at the 45. It's a gain of about 5.
Hang on, Ryan, hang on. The pitch was not an ideal pitch. It caught him on the back shoulder, and he had to reach back for it. It cost him probably a step and probably a couple yards on that, but Ryan did a nice job of hanging on the football, picking up the yardage.
Stays in bounds. The clock continues to tick down. We're down to 7:10 in the game. Geneseo 31, Dunlap 7. 3rd down and 5. Coming up for the Green Machine at their own 44-yard line. Now set at the line. Pitch back Singbush. And he's going to be dropped for a loss on the play. Good penetration by the Dunlap defense. Just blew that up on the left side. It'll be 4th down.
Okay, we got a little heat going on inside that pile. We got some people, a little bit of nice friendly pushing going on and maybe some friendly conversation going on. At least we're going to have to punt the football. Jesse always wants to make sure we say hi to the people at the high rise. We can't miss a game without mentioning the people at the high rise. All Jesse's friends out there. So Dobbs, he's up in the sweat box up there, folks, so you can laugh at him when he gets home.
Greg Rusk will set up to punt this ball away. He averaged 35 yards in the first half. This one off, looks like the side of his foot maybe, and a short one. Gets to about the 44-yard line. And that's about maybe a 12 or 14-yard punt. That was a short one.
Not exactly sure what happened there. He had the wind behind him, and we got some discussion out here on the field.
I didn't Didn't see a flag, but looks like the official is. Yeah, there is a flag right in front of him.
Okay.
We've got, I think, an illegal shift, so.
Yeah, they're going to decline that.
Decline it.
Yeah.
Halfway
but
through.
anyway, Russ didn't have pressure on him. He just kind of missed that one just a little bit. Had the wind behind him. It'd been kind of nice to get that one up, see how far it'd go. But a lot of time left. Almost 6 minutes left here in this game.
Geneseo 31, Dunlap 7. It was 24-0 at halftime. Both teams have scored 7 points in the second half. Geneseo started things off with a bang in this third quarter. The second half, first play from scrimmage, they had a 58-yard run from Brandon Mislow. It's been pretty quiet since then. Shotgun formation. Southmore quarterback's going to hand it off. Geneseo with good penetration this time, getting in the backfield as they did a lot in the second half and early in this second half, and I think they got the back down at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Lane Acree and Cooper Humphreys in the backfield, both brought him down. Nick Verbeck not too far behind. They have that one covered.
2nd and 9 for the Eagles. They're taking some time to get a play in.
I wonder if they know the clock's running. When you're down 31-7, you'd think you want to move a little quick. They need a score.
Receivers left and right.
Maybe they don't know it's the fourth quarter.
And a whistle. I think they took a timeout, and they did. Timeout Dunlap before they were penalized for delay. They were able to get the officials' attention, so we stopped the clock with 5:09 in this fourth quarter. It's Geneseo 31, Dunlap 7. This game, we had an injury in the first half, kind of slowed things down a little bit. So that's kind of why we're a little bit behind schedule here. Otherwise, we'd probably be out of here. But fortunately, we had a really, looks like an injury that required an ambulance to come in for a Dunlap player. So
haven't heard anything about it, of course. But
a young man was gave him the thumbs up when he was.
Yep. Good thoughts and prayers along with him. Hopefully, everything is well. Be back next week.
So the Leafs here.
We got a pretty decent start though, Lauren, because the sophomores, as you mentioned, kind of walked away with that earlier game, and the running clock was kind of helped us along there. So we got a decent start on this thing, and hopefully we're going to beat the weather here. 5 minutes left, 5 minutes and 9 seconds left, and the weather moving in on us. I'm not sure exactly how crazy this is going to get.
I think we're going to be good. I noticed the pylons are all knocked down from the wind.
Yeah, the flag's really moving.
So we're back to action here.
Keith's got his camera duct taped to the seat, so it's not going anywhere.
2nd and 10. They'll run the draw, and it's about a 4-yard gain. Crashing in there, making the stop, Kyle Patterson, number 54.
Patterson had him by the ankles. He was going nowhere.
And it's 3rd and 6.
They're getting down to the point where they almost have to go 4th down, so keeping this distance long is going to be kind of critical at this point.
Geneseo secondary has done a pretty good job here tonight. Nothing deep. It's been a lot of short passes. On the ground.
Oh, nice.
And that's Nick Verbeck. That's a 2-point takedown there.
Oh my! Let's take a picture of that baby and put it on a video. Show people how to tackle.
Drew Leathers, who carried the football, he had a touchdown earlier in this half. He's at 145. He just ran into Nick Verbeck, who's listed at 220.
Yeah, well.
And he doesn't want the football anymore.
220 is his left leg.
4 minutes, and the clock is continuing to tick down here in this fourth quarter. The Leafs up by 24. It's 4th down. Looks like the Eagles will go for it at midfield. The snap, quarterback's going to set up in the pocket, get flushed away. He's going to try to run for the first down, puts his head down, but Geneseo's going to stop him about 2 yards short.
Not going to get it, yep.
Good pursuit to the football again by that Geneseo defense.
Good.
I think Joe Thomas was on the tackle.
Joe Thomas had him wrapped on the bottom of the pile. Good job, Joe. Again, we're working on that depth to see this lineup coming out here now. We got some depth development on this squad here coming out. Try to catch some of these guys.
I got 88 Bailey Weber. I saw number 30 Jacob Aker in there. Number 4 is going in. That's Greg Rusk. He's going to take over the quarterback duties.
Greg Rusk had a nice job at quarterback as a sophomore last year with the sophomore squad. So, a very able replacement.
65, Zach Mackey. Number 20, we've seen George Sanowski. So 1st and 10, Geneseo from their own 48. 3:40 to play in the game, and a whistle and a stoppage of play. We have a timeout by Dunlap.
Did you catch Jacob Morgan, number 77, on that, Les? Hard not to catch. Good size boy.
64, Carson Kraus, Jr.
You got Zach Mackey, number 65.
We've got him. Medina, we've already called. He's in there right now.
Zach, a great team player. Great guy to have on your team.
Some of these guys getting in their first varsity experience.
Some of them are just getting a little payday for, number 66, Sam Art's in the ball game. Good to see Sam in there, young junior. Going to get some experience. He'll be counted on next year, I'm sure. Be one of the horses.
Got number 45, Kyle Mari. Let's see if we pronounce that name right.
Keith will hear if you didn't. Whoa!
And on the run, Geneseo's bottled up in the backfield. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Gage Blackert.
Scott Schulte, number 24, is going to come in here with the play from Coach Johnson.
These guys have been working hard in practice these last couple weeks, and they get a little payday here, a little time on the field. And you never know when they're going to be needed.
That's right. Good experience here.
Somebody goes down, or these guys are still in the running to beat somebody out. You just never know. They need to show them what they got right here.
2nd down play. Fullback gets the ball out close to midfield. It's going to be a short run of about 2 yards. And getting up with the football, Scott Schulte, number 24, senior. 3rd down and about 8. We're down to 2:35 to play in this game. Geneseo ahead 31-7.
Justin Kane checks into the game. Brings a play in to Greg Rusk. Kyle Mayer checks out.
Leafs will set up with 2 wingbacks, send one in motion. Pressure, and Rusk is going to be sacked back at the 40-yard line. Had no time to set up and throw. May have had a couple receivers out here open, just couldn't get him the ball.
Just had one little oops on that missed block. Somebody come through and untouched.
I mean, Geneseo had 2 guys open here in the flats, and I didn't see a defender around them. So Dunlap was unfortunate to sack Rusk, and we'll see the punt team. We'll go back and punt the ball.
That's kind of the way the blitz works. So sometimes you give up coverage to get some pressure, and when the pressure works, you look good.
So Rusk will stand back at about the 34-yard line.
Let's put this one up in the wind and see how far it goes.
Good snap. Great kick.
Yep.
Down to the 20-yard line. It's fielded by Dunlap, and great coverage down there by Ray Singbush.
Is that Singbush in again? No, that's Josh Beard. 29, I believe, wasn't it?
Yes, 29.
Yeah, we'll give Josh Beard kudos on that tackle.
Josh Beard. Yes, it is. Good coverage there.
We might get in trouble if we put Ray Singbush in the game right now. We got to come back healthy next week.
Race had 3 touchdowns in the first half. Geneseo up by 24 here, the last 80 seconds. Dunlap football.
I think all in all, we're pretty healthy. Come out of this thing, doesn't look like there's been a lot of work with the trainer today.
Quarterback will keep it and get about 7-8 yards. See, number 66 is on the field, Sam Arndt.
37, Justin Kane on the bottom of that pile.
Got 21, Zach Denny.
They list Justin at 140 pounds, but he brought down a big fella.
2nd down and about 4 for the Eagles as we're under 1 minute. Clock is moving. Some of the fans are starting to head on out.
Number 21, Zach Denny out there in the defensive backfield. And maybe I'm repeating some of the things you're saying. I'm just catching numbers.
And back to the ground. It's Leather to about the 40. Geneseo pushes him back 2 or 3 guys on the tackle there. See who comes off the pile.
So Joe Thomas again on the bottom again.
25, Levi Warren was in there on the tackle.
Number 8.
This will be the final play of the game if they want to take a snap. We're down to 15 seconds. I think Dunlap's just content with just letting the clock run out.
Looks like they're not interested.
So Geneseo had a 24-0 lead at halftime. And they'll win their first game of the season. Final score here is 31-7. So a pretty good first half of play for Geneseo tonight, Bob. They forced some turnovers. Got a big touchdown run to start the third quarter. Things just kind of didn't go as smoothly in the second half, but it's a good win here for Geneseo tonight, 31-7 over Dunlap.
Well, I think you called it there in that first half. Those 3 turnovers were enormous. Maple Leafs also had a little bit of bend in their defense, but no break. They really stiffened up when they needed to. Again, in the second half, jumping out with that early score, kind of taking control of the ball game. But then a couple turnovers, made it interesting, and it kind of gives the Geneseo. It might be good. It'll give them something to work on this week, because if they went through with a really well-executed game and no mistakes, they might come out a little too cocky next week. And Chicago Arabia is not a team you want to come back really cocky against. As you said, they're a playoff-type team. You got to come back ready to play, just like they did in the first half today, and they should be fine. Should be an exciting season because as we watch them develop, get better and better, it's going to be pretty exciting.
We got to see a lot of guys here tonight for Geneseo in this first game win for the Maple Leafs as they go through the line shaking hands with the Dunlap players. And again, the home opener is coming up next week against Chicago Arabia. So we're going to give you some stats here.
There's a few hot moments of kind of heated conversation at points of the game, but looks like sportsmanship's going to win in the end here because they all look like they understand that the game's over and, well played.
Geneseo with 11 first downs in the game compared to 8 for Dunlap, but Geneseo 35 carries, 163 yards. Leading ball carrier tonight for Geneseo was Brandon Mislow, 8 carries, 69 yards. Of course, he had that 58-yard touchdown run. Ray Singbush had 10 carries for 41 yards and 2 scores. Luke Snyder, 7 carries, 27 yards. And Ryan Webster with 5 carries for 26 yards. Snyder was 4 of 7 passing, 110 yards, had a touchdown and an interception. 50-yard touchdown pass to Ray Singbush in the first half. Singbush had 3 catches for 97 yards, and Drew Himmelman had 1 catch for 13 yards. Overall, Geneseo with 163 yards on the ground, 110 through the air, so 273 for the game. Geneseo allowing just 101 yards tonight. Defensively, they forced 3 turnovers tonight, and not too many penalties for Geneseo, just 3 compared to 5 for Dunlap. So pretty clean game for Geneseo. They come out of here without any injuries, and it's on to week number 2 now.
Week number 2 looks really good. The Leafs look fine. They have to be pleased with the execution up until those couple turnovers, and they'll probably work the bugs out of those and look forward to Chicago Arabia and an exciting season.
Well, we got some people to thank here before we sign off. Ron Hartman and the Geneseo Communications for providing our internet streaming. Kim Kennett back at the WGRG FM studio, our statistician Willis Andel, our technical coordinator Keith Kennett, and Bob, I want to thank you for helping me out again for this first broadcast. We look forward to next week. The final score, Geneseo beats Dunlap 31-7. Good night.